Tonight, we're doing more than just telling a story. We're gonna step into those quiet corners of the world, into a legend that's been whispered for centuries across so many different cultures. We're gonna explore the haunting, unforgettable tale of the White Lady. And it's on nights exactly like these, in that deep silence between heartbeats, that she's said to appear. A figure that seems woven from moonlight and sorrow itself. But before we can even begin to understand the spirit, we really have to understand the spaces she inhabits. See, it's not just about seeing a ghost, it's about feeling the entire world change around you as she gets closer.
This is almost always the first sign people report. A sudden, totally unnatural drop in temperature. It's a cold that has nothing to do with the weather. It's this deep, penetrating chill, almost as if the warmth of life itself is just being pulled away. And then, after the cold, comes the scent. People often describe it as lilies or maybe wilting roses. That sweet, almost too heavy smell of a memorial. It's the fragrance of grief just hanging in the air, a kind of phantom perfume that announces she's there. And finally, maybe the most primal sign of them all, that little prickle on the back of your neck, that gut feeling that tells you you are not alone anymore. It's a gaze you can feel but you can't see, a silent observer from just on the other side of the veil.
So you have these feelings, this atmosphere. It all points to one huge central mystery. Who is the White Lady? And what kind of tragedy was so powerful it keeps her tethered to our world? And this, right here, this is the absolute heart of the legend. It isn't just about being scared. It's rooted in a deep, very human tragedy, an emotion so powerful that it actually transcends death itself. The legend kind of splinters here into these different, heartbreaking origins. Is she the grieving spirit, doomed to forever search for a husband or a child she can never, ever find? Or maybe she's the betrayed woman, murdered by someone she trusted, her spirit unable to rest. Or could she be something else entirely? The spectral guardian, an omen who appears not to cause harm, but to warn travelers of some danger up ahead. 3 different tragedies, one single phantom. So we've talked about the folklore. Now we turn to the first-hand accounts. And these are the moments when the legend starts to feel terrifyingly real, the things that people swear they have seen and heard for themselves. This is usually how it happens. It's not some big, dramatic apparition. It's something much more subtle, way more unnerving. A little trick of the light that your rational mind just wants to dismiss, but your gut tells you it was real. Just a blur of white against the dark trees on a lonely road. And then, of course, there are the sounds. The disembodied cry of a woman in pain. A sound of pure sorrow just carried on the breeze. People who've heard it say it's a sound that chills you to the absolute bone, because you can feel the centuries of pain behind it. And this is how the legend proves it can adapt to our world. The old haunted lane becomes the empty highway at night. The phantom shows up for a terrifying split second in your rearview mirror, like a passenger from another world. You slam on the brakes, your heart's pounding, but there's nothing there. There was never anything there, right? So after the chill and the sightings and all the stories, what are we left with? Well, the legend, it turns out, is so much more than just a campfire ghost story. And this is really the crucial point. From the Dama Branca in Brazil to the Weissefrau in Germany, some version of this spirit exists almost everywhere. She's a universal echo, a story that resonates so deeply within our shared human experience. That word right there, melancholy, is the absolute key to why she endures. The White Lady doesn't just scare us. She brings up this strange and beautiful sadness. It's a feeling that's equal parts fear of the unknown and this deep empathy for a soul in so much pain. So ultimately, she's really become an archetype. She represents the undying power of love, the terrible injustice of betrayal, and that primal instinct we all have to protect others from harm. She's basically a reflection of our own deepest fears and our most powerful emotions. And so, here we are, left with the question. The legend doesn't really give us any easy answers. Is she a true echo of some long-past tragedy, just doomed to repeat her final moments forever? Or is she a myth, a story we created to explain the darkness at the edge of the road, and the sorrow we sometimes feel for no reason at all? The answer? Well, maybe it's just waiting out there on a quiet, moonlit road.